10% of that was lost. This is one of the stocks that ends up paying 4.63% in dividends every year, which is awesome. So it's considered to be undervalued, and a short term is predicted to be going up. So after market hours, the stock ended up going up by 3%, which is great. So Warren Buffett ended up investing into Verizon and then Chevron as well. So they also ended up trimming their stake in Apple, so by 6%, so selling 57.60 million shares. With this being said, this ended up, Warren Buffett is basically trying to make sure that he takes on profits from Apple. Apple has been growing so tremendously, and let's just go ahead and check out their stock real quick. So Apple ended up dropping by 1.61% during the day trading day, and another 0.38% in the aftermarket hours. During the 6-month time frame, we can see that the highest it's ever been was at $143.16. So it's been on the uptrend over the past year. Over the past 5 years, it took a little dip, but trading at all-time high. Very difficult to justify buying this company right now, especially with the forward-paying dividends at 0.61%. So this is interesting at all, but we're going to go ahead and talk about Dominion Energy real quick. So actually, before we jump into reviewing Dominion Energy, let's go ahead and talk about something a little bit even more exciting. That actually, this article happened back in January 28th. So General Motors plans to exclusively offer only electronic vehicles by 2035. So those are big news that came out a couple of weeks ago. We all heard about it. A lot of people were not familiar with it, but it seems to be doing just fine, and the company ended up increasing in value. So the company's plans to use 100% renewable energy to power the United States facilities by 2030 and global facilities by 2035, 5 years ahead of the previously announced goal. So GM's, so let's see, shares of GM increased as much as 7.4% during the intraday trading on Thursday morning. So that was, again, a couple of days ago. And we'll do the follow-up on that as well. So let's go ahead and look at what Mary Barra said right here. So let's go ahead and zoom in. So for General Motors, our most significant carbon impact comes from tailpipe emissions of the vehicles that we sell. In our case, it's 75%. So these changes that they're planning on making by 2035 are tremendous changes. And I believe that further down in this article, or the next one that we're going to discuss, was an announcement by Joe Biden that majority of the government-owned regular vehicles are going to turn now to be electric vehicles as well. So let's go ahead and check this one out. I don't want to get ahead of myself. All right, so there we go. So just a week. So, and this is the article from, again, Yahoo Finance. It was posted back in February 15th. So on 2020, let's see. I should have highlighted all of this. Just a week after the inauguration, President Biden reported he plans to replace the entire government fleet with electric vehicles. That's up to 643,000 vehicles turning electric in the government's on the government's dime, which is an extremely difficult task to accomplish. And further into the article, we would be able to see some of the feedback from CEOs of major companies. So in this case, we can see he even went as far as presenting interest in EVs all at once. The current business models, auto industry is going to collapse. I believe this was the article, which is too late. Ginger Norway electric car push. Let's see what else is important. That's why the companies bringing the gap to the EV world are thriving. I promise there was something a little bit more important about this. In fact, the Britain and Japan would run electricity by summer if they banned all gas power. Yeah, so in fact, gosh, I should not be skipping this. So Toyota president Akio Toyoda, and I'm pretty sure I'm mispronouncing that, had an ominous prediction for what could lie ahead. So he stated that EVs are adopting too quickly. We may not have the energy to support them at this point. In fact, he predicted that Japan would run out of electricity by summer if they will ban all gas-powered vehicles right now. So, and then he ended up going as far as to say that if we push the process of transitioning into EVs, call it once, the current business model of the auto industry is going to collapse. So we're going to go ahead and wait, and we'll have to see how all this is going to turn out, because that is a lot of changes. And as much as as exciting as it is to develop all of these EV vehicles, it would be difficult to just transition into everything right away very, very quickly. So let's go ahead and scroll down into this article, and before we go any further, I would suggest us to check out GM. Let's go ahead and see how GM is doing right now. So the 5-year chart, they're again at all-time high. Maximum again, they had its down at $20 a share. So in March of 2020, it went down. The prices of the stocks ended up going down by $20 from the previous price, so all the way down to another again $20 a share, and is currently trading at $53 a share. So that is a tremendous growth, and short term and a midterm, Yahoo Finance is predicting that it's overvalued and it should be bearish, but long term it should be bullish. So we'll definitely be following up on this company a little bit further, but again, their valuation is about 10 times less than evaluation of Tesla. So there's a lot more growth that still needs to happen. So let's go ahead and scroll down. Let's see what else is happening. It is now delivering over 4,100 orders per day on average, and after they grow 19 major cities. Okay, there we go. So that should be good. All right. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next part. Let's go ahead and review Dominion Energy. We haven't followed up on this stock in a couple of days, so let's go ahead and start with Dominion Energy. That they paid 3.53% in dividends. If we look at 1-year chart, the price of the stock ended up dropping all the way from $84.93, so $85 a share. That's where you can see major price resistance level, and it currently is trading at $71 a share. So over the past, over the past year, we can say that on average it ended up going down. So went down in price. It might be a potential good buy, but we'll be following up on this one a little bit later. What I would want to see in order to trade this one is I would want it to go to the next low, just like it went back in 2018. So again, we're going to be following up on this stock, but again, it pays 3.51% in dividends, which is really, really beneficial. So we just talked about General Motors, right? Let's go ahead and review this article here real quick. So CCIV stock soars 30% on report its nearing deal with Lucid Motors, right? So we have electric vehicle startup Lucid Motors maybe nearing a Michael Flynn run SPAC agreement to take the California-based company public. So the potential development sent shares of bank check company Churchill Capital for CCIV up more than 30% on Tuesday afternoon. So this article was from today. So 30% Tuesday afternoon. Let's go ahead and check them out. CCIV. All right, so the company is doing, okay, so the company is doing just fine. It doesn't really have a lot of information in here. Let's just go ahead and check out their chart. Okay, yeah, so their chart hasn't really been, it hasn't been really beneficial for us, because obviously the company just ended up going public just recently, back on January 8th of 2021. So year to date, the company is trading at $52.70 a share, and we're going to also go ahead and yeah, we're going to review the HEXO here in a second, but yeah, so $52 a share doesn't offer any dividends. The company is definitely on the overbought side, but again, being up by 31% in one day is very significant. So we know exactly what acted as a catalyst for this event. So we're just going to be following up on this company here in the near future. Let's go ahead and review HEXO real quick. All right, sweet. So Haxo is doing just fine today. Ended up going up by 22.58%. That is extremely significant. That's awesome. So we'll see the growth. Yeah, so it seems like a parabolic growth. That's great. Let's go ahead and look at a better chart here real quick, and let's review it from a technical analysis standpoint. All right, so the companies trade at $33.60 a share, and let's go ahead and drop it to 1 year chart. So we can see a lot of volume on this, which is good. We can also see a lot of hikes and a lot of, oh gosh, I love the fact that the company started trading above 180-day SMA line. So I confirmed it as a support. It had seemed a lot of different spikes, so a lot of volatility spikes as well. So the company also offered a 1-to-4 reverse stock split. Yeah, so it's reverse stock split. We would actually have to follow up on this one. So split 1-to-4. Yeah, actually it might just be the opposite. Let's see. 16 February. Let's just go ahead and Google this one real quick. Haxo stock split. Or 4 all shares for 1 U share. Okay, copy that. Okay, so yeah, reverse stock split. So in this case, the company is trading at $9, almost, it was at $11 a share. Definitely would be on the overbought side. We would want to follow up on this one a little bit later just to see what acted as a catalyst to send the price so high up. So in this case, we're approaching a very basically a major resistance right at around this level at about $12 a share. Let's go ahead and see how much the profit margin should be, about 40%. So all the way up until $12.64, it's about 40% profit margin. But does that necessarily mean that it would be the best time to buy? Again, if you're buying right here at about $3 a share and you're holding on to it for a while, then it's fine. The way I would trade this one, obviously that's fine. That's like the best deal ever. But if you decide to wait until the stock price goes down just by a little bit, but at least closer to about $5 a share where we can see a lot of support, so the previous peaks, that would be a better deal to buy. But again, that's just me, so we'll see. It doesn't really have a lot of support besides this level of $5 a share. In the same news, merging with a large company, I think they got acquired today. Tomorrow it'll probably blow up. That's very possible. So yeah, again, well, first of all, welcome back, Justin. Justice, my bad. And yeah, thank you, bringing up very good companies again. So another cool thing about this company is that it's hard to borrow, which is awesome too. So it's not going to have as much downward pressure on selling this company from the short sellers, just like average traders basically. So that's very good. The company also ended up reporting negative earnings for the 3rd time this year, and they have another earnings report that is going to be coming out next month on the 15th, so in about a month. Awesome. Yeah, very cool. Haxo. Let me I'm really curious about this company. This might be a very good day trade, but again, if you're trying to be a value investor, find a lot of potential on something that you believe in and go for it. We're going to be following up on this one, as I said. So at or above, and next one is going to be below. And we're going to set up another alert right here at around the price level of $6.25, where we can see another line of support right here. So that's awesome. Yeah, it's very close to $5.50. So right around this area would be the major support. So that's good. All right, let's go ahead and again, if you guys have any other questions about any other companies, HLI, awesome. Yes, we'll check that one out. HLI. Okay, so far so good. Okay, I think we've looked into this one before. So HLI is doing fine, so it's approaching that 20-day SMA line, and it's trading above, again, the 180-day SMA line. Let's go ahead and look at a 3-year chart. Yeah, so over the past 3 years, it has actually been on the reversal right here. We can also see it on the RSI indicator, as well as we can see that both of the lines on the MACD indicator are coming together, so a little bit closer. So we're definitely seeing a potential reversal right here. Definitely what I would want to do is I would want it to go a little bit higher, just because I don't like how the MACD indicator is way on the overbought side, and it had just crossed both of its arms and it's pointing down, so it's facing a lot of downward pressure. So that doesn't necessarily mean that it might be a good time to buy for a long term. If you're a swing trader, that's a different story. For a swing trade, this looks like a pretty good deal. So again, we already have our alert set up slightly above previous support that it might act as a resistance. So again, we're just going to follow up on that one soon. I do like this company. We've looked into this one again before. Yeah, definitely a very, very good swing trade. We can definitely visualize all the peaks and all the valleys, and I love the fact that it's also consolidating on the 180-day chart, especially if you look at 180. On a 180-day SMA line, especially if you look at a 180-day chart. So you'll pass $70 anytime soon. $70 is not that far for it, so it's very possible. I would not be surprised at all whatsoever. It had gone above $70, again, got rejected on a multiple month resistance line, so we're just going to have to wait and see. I do, let's see, so $69, that's about a good alert to set up. The second one, I'd say, would be probably just a little bit higher than that. This would mean that the company starts to make higher highs. Again, it started making higher highs right now. This looks like a very good buy for a very short swing trade. Usually we have our peaks and valleys at, what is it, 1 month, so 30 days. We have another about 35 days, and let's measure this one right here. So 47 days. So far it's been 15 days. So it still has a very, very much upward potential. So that's awesome. Very good company. LKCO. Wow, that is so overbought. Yeah, I've never seen this company before. I'm really curious about it. So 1 year chart. Yeah, extremely highly manipulative. Doesn't have a lot of volume in here. I'm really curious to see what acted as a catalyst for this one. But yeah, definitely on the overbought side. Would you want to buy something that is so high up? You know, I'm imagining that the company used to trade way above these price levels. These price levels probably a couple of years ago. But let's go ahead and check this one out again on Yahoo Finance, just for a bigger picture. Yeah, so it used to trade way at $11, so way high. It's just been going down for such a long time and just extremely, extremely manipulative. Let's see. 2019 report. Yeah, it doesn't really have a lot of news that are coming out, but I am really curious to see that 15 million registered direct offering. Well, the company, considering the fact that the company's it's a penny stock that is way below $1 billion, I'm not surprised that it has a lot of it has such a huge reaction. Yeah, their quarterly earnings were way down back in 2019. LKCO, really interesting. Let's go ahead and see what else Yahoo Finance has to offer. So let's go ahead and review this article real quick. I'm really curious to see how it's going to affect CCIV, Nikola, and Tesla as well. So year-to-date, CCIV is up more than 400%, which must gain due to the special agreement. Okay. So the last report of a possible deal would give Lucid Motors about $12 billion valuation. it would be one of the highest profile electric vehicle SPAC agreements since Nikola. Okay, very, very cool. Let's go ahead and open this one in a new tab. Very, very cool. And again, if you have any questions about any other companies, just leave them in the comment section. As soon as we are done with that, we'll review some other ones. So let's see, Nikola is doing just fine. Yeah, it had a lot of hype going up to $67 a share, currently trading at $21.90 a share. It doesn't seem too appealing, but I would like to point something out about this one. So this company is finally, yeah, just what I thought. So this company is trading above, actually this is not a perfect graph right here. Much better. Okay, there we go. So it finally broke through a multiple month support, multiple month resistance. It had made lower lows for a while, and then it finally started making higher highs. So it has earnings report that is approaching. So they reported their earnings twice before that, and both of them were negative, but not significantly impacted the price of the stock. If something, even the negative earnings ended up sending the shares up for the company, which is great. So in the future, once we have the earnings report that's going to come out just in about 10 days, we'll have to see how the company does. Let's see what it used to trade at, $10 a share, currently trading at 20, like 200% growth. This is pretty good. This is pretty good. I really like the fact that it started making higher highs. That's first. I would definitely wanted to see confirm the 20-day SMA line as a support before I buy into the position. But let's go ahead and set up our alerts real quick and definitely follow up on this one soon. Is there anything else that we're missing on this one? What would be a good time to buy in this one? So this would be a very strong support level. We have about, well, actually, let's see, we have about 15, 16, about 20% actually to lose since the current price to the next support, and then we have about 40% to the next resistance. That's a good deal. That's a pretty good deal. Again, yeah, we're going to definitely have to follow up on this one sometime soon. Let's go ahead and yeah, and again, if you have any, I have no clue why it's going up. Yeah, I just saw that. Again, if you guys have any other ideas, any other questions, just leave it in the comment section. We are going to go ahead and review this one. But before we jump into any other stocks, there's definitely a very interesting topic that I want to talk to all of you guys about, would be oil. So oil prices ended up hitting, again, the I think all-time high over the past year, I believe. So the oil ended up jumping up by 24% so far in 2021. It touched the highest level since January of 2020 again. So the first highest price in a year, and we have the price level pulled up right here. So the oil levels used to be at about $55 to $60 a barrel, all the way up to $76 a barrel back in 2018. Right before, I think in December of 2018, the prices of the stocks ended up going down significantly. And then when the recession hit, it sent the oil prices down all the way to less than $20 a barrel. So currently is trading higher than 59, so almost $60 a barrel. Again, what could have acted as a catalyst? So obviously not a very good weather all over the country that is impacting millions and millions of people, and especially in Texas. And we can see that if we look at the Marathon Oil Corporation, and by the way, we're going to read a little bit more about the oil here in a second in the article, but this is the Marathon Oil Corporation, MRO, something I've been investing for a while. And the company had finally broke through a multiple year resistance, probably at around $5.95, and is currently going up and trading at $9.55. I love the fact that it ended up making a double bottom right here, right? And the second bottom was a little bit higher than the previous one. And overall, we see a potential for pretty significant growth. What I would want to do, though, is I would definitely want to see the company confirm one of the lines of resistance as a support, and I'll show you what I mean here in a second. MRO. And let's pull up a 3-year chart, and let's see what we can see at this level right here. So it finally ended up breaking the resistance line. So we said at about $5 something cents. It was actually at about $6, so almost $7 a share. So what I would want to do is I would want this to turn down just a little bit before approaching the major resistance at about $12. We still have about 30% profit margin on this major move. But again, we also have this very strong resistance that we're going to see even before the actual 180-day SMA line. So before that, in order to trade this one profitably, I would want the RSI indicator to not be as overbought, and I would definitely want the MACD indicator to continue to point up. But again, one can happen without the other, so the price would have to come down just a little bit for me to be able to say that, hey, this is a great deal. But overall, this is a very interesting chart too, because it shows us that over the course of multiple years, the price of the stock, right, of MRO has been dropping, and it finally broke through that multiple year resistance. So definitely we'll be following up on this one soon. At or above, we're going to go ahead and set up our alerts, and we're definitely going to follow up on this one sometime tomorrow, actually. All right, there we go. Perfect. All right, let's look at this one real quick. RYCEY. Did we? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we reviewed this one before. Okay, so nice. So I think when we talked about this one, we definitely wanted to see a little bit more of an uptrend. Wow, yes. So wow, that is crazy. That is such a big move. All right, let's look at a 20-day chart. So it confirmed that line that we drew just what 4 or 5 days ago as a support. It ended up confirming that as a support multiple times, and then end up going up by, actually, let me double check that, not 15%, by 11% in 1 day. That is awesome. So I love the idea that the company has been consolidating, making lower lows for a while now. Now what I would want to see is I would want to see a sequence of higher highs. A big spike percentage-wise, not share price, but percentage-wise, it's a very good move. But at the same time, we're way overbought already on the RSI indicator. I love the fact the MACD indicator is not overextended, so to say. And we also can see that we have about 25% potential for growth up until the next major resistance. So that is awesome. Would it be a good time to buy this company, especially considering if it's a long-term investment? Let's go ahead and look at a more broad picture of the stock. At a maximum chart. Wow. Okay, so it's trading at almost all-time low. Wow, that is very, very impressive. I do remember that, yeah, I do remember us reviewing this one actually. So 2000, okay. Yeah, so over the past couple of years, it has been going down. So we would have to be, the way I would want to trade this one is I would want to wait for the catalyst to come out. I would want some sort of news to come out to say that, hey, we're going to start building up electric jets, or we're going to merge with a different company. And then on the catalyst of that, even though the price is going to spike up, determine whether it's going to be a good long-term decision for the company to move that direction. But I do like that the company is trading at all-time lows right now. It has definitely been very, very volatile within like a decade. No, that's a long period of time, but about a decade has gone up 15 times. So very good stock. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. Let's go ahead and see what this one is. A 1-year chart, way overbought. No. Sometimes some of these very low cap stocks that are suggested they're very profitable. Like this one, it was very, very profitable, but way on the overbought side right now. All right, yeah, way on the overbought side, so I don't like what it's suggesting to us right now. All right, let's go and look at the oil. So we can see that best value oil gas stocks. Okay, so this is a tanker, so TK Tankers Ltd. TNK. Yeah, let's go ahead and open this one here. Actually, no. TNK. All right, so for a 5-year chart. Okay, so the company has been consolidating for a while, but also had been dropping in price ever since 2016. All right, yeah, this is just way too steep of a decline for me. I would not want to invest into something like this, especially for a long term. It's definitely on the overbought side, just year to date, even on the 1-year chart. There's definitely, it's shown a lot of potential, especially considering the fact that it had made higher highs. Let's go and look at TNK here real quick. Yeah, so it finally broke through the 180-day resistance. Hopefully it's going to confirm it as a support, and then it's going to have almost 100% of potential profit, which is awesome. So we'll keep it at that 1-year chart. Yeah, that's awesome. So it's finally breaking through 180-day SMA line. We haven't talked about this one before. That's good. That's very good. There's a major support. Let's go ahead and identify the resistance. That's awesome. So that's perfect resistance. It has been confirmed as a resistance one time. Started making higher highs. Actually, no, these are not higher highs just yet. The fact that the price of oil goes up, obviously TNK is going to continue to go up as long as the oil continues to go up and there's no negative news that is going to come out against this company. But how would I trade this one? I definitely want it to come down. Definitely would want 180-day SMA line to be confirmed as a support. It's great to see such a big spike, especially, what is it, a 8.43% change in 1 day. That's great, but again, you missed out on this. It would be difficult to go back and find something that is something at a reasonable price level for this one. So Riot, I think we looked into this one before. Nice. Okay. Yeah, definitely on the overbought side. Riot, I wonder what acted as a catalyst. So Riot, let's see, it doesn't pay any dividends. Let's see, Bitcoin prices. Okay, that's so it's a Bitcoin-based, blockchain platform, businesses, services. Again, don't really know much about this company, but definitely would want to know what acted as a catalyst for this one. It is possible that since it's a blockchain related, the Bitcoin price ends. Yeah, this very much looks like a Bitcoin related stock. Pretty sure I'm not mistaken on this one. I mean, what can we say? It's way on the overbought side, just like Bitcoin is way on the overbought side. I am really curious though what acted as a catalyst for this one. 20% up in 1 day. Definitely a very significant change. They reported their earnings. Their earnings are pretty low. Yeah, definitely on the overbought side. Let's go ahead and see what other companies are here that are being suggested to us on the overbought. Oh my gosh, 50% in 1 day. Wow, that is incredible. Mara, Riot, BT, I think we looked into this one. Ebon, we looked into that one before too. 17%. Wow, we definitely looked into this one before. 17% in 1 day. Well, long-term investing, you're not going to miss out on those. But if you're short-term investing, then it's a lot more likely to miss out on something like this. And again, buying after it jumped up by 20 or 30% in 1 day would be kind of difficult to justify. All right, let's look into this one real quick. Nope, go back. Oh yeah, there we go, SOS. So SOS, it doesn't pay any dividends. It's a small cap stock. Let's pull up a better chart. It's probably going to be on the overbought side at this point. Yeah. I love the fact that it ended up breaking above 180-day SMA line, but at the same exact time, it's been consolidating at around $2.60. It was just due for this kind of move. These kinds of companies, even if they have multiple day streaks of 100% gains, this is not a very sustainable gain. And again, if you're willing to take a risk on this, short term makes sense. But again, without knowing what actors as a catalyst, if they're merging with somebody, that's a different story. But again, would you invest into something that has been bearish for the past couple of years? I would stay away from this just for that reason. If you're day trading, you see a lot of volume. Even though we haven't seen any volume over the past couple of years, might be a good deal. But at the same time, I would stay away from this one. Way too manipulated. So FUTU has any more to give? Hey, let's go ahead and check that one out. FUTU. Wow, nice. What a run up. What a run up. 180-day chart. Okay. 30% up. I would be afraid of a double top. This seems to be one of the most common reasons why highly manipulated, highly volatile stocks go down. So we can see that, yeah, we can definitely see that our indicator is on the overbought, but again, it was also on the overbought side just about half a day ago. At the same time, we're approaching the second top, which is it's about 5% higher. It all depends what acted as a catalyst. This company has been receiving a lot of attention, especially ever since December 29th. It ran up by 400%. FTU Holdings Limited, FUTU. Let me check this one out. So it doesn't report any earnings. 5-year chart. It's looking pretty good. Obviously, it's looking pretty good. Dow Jones. Sector versus lower rebound cannabis stocks. Okay. I'm really curious what's driving this one. If it's just a manipulation, then it's probably not going to last a very long time. But yeah, this company is rated at a strong buy right now. Wow. I am really curious how these recommendation trends are populated, but definitely seems to be on the overbought side. I'd be very careful with this one. Does it have a lot more room for improvement, for growth? Again, these are just highly manipulated stocks. Everything can happen. That would be my mentality. If you're investing long term into something like this, let's look at a 3-year chart. Okay, so 3-year chart, all-time high, max again at all-time high again. I would be very hesitant on doing this. If you're day trading, that would not apply to you, and you would want to use different indicators instead of looking at it from a day or 3 days prior to that, or at a 2-year chart. So yeah, definitely would be a different strategy for a day trader. So, but I would stay away from this one. This one is way overpriced. But thank you, Glenn. I appreciate you. Welcome back, by the way. UWMC, way on the oversold side. Okay, hard to borrow. Okay, let's look at this one. We're changing it up. We're going the opposite way. 1 year, 5-year chart. Okay, 1-year chart. So the company probably just ended up going public recently in October 2020. Okay. I do not like the fact that the company was priced at, so the price of the company's stock was at $13.80 back in 2020, right, end of 2020, and then ever since then it ended up dropping by, what is this, $4, so 30%. That would be a very difficult thing to do to justify buying it at this level. I would definitely want to see higher highs. Like currently it's just pushing it down, and it doesn't seem like it's going to stop. It just continues to go down. It seems like we have a little bit of a reversal on the RSI, but until it starts making higher highs, I would not want to invest into something like this, even if this is going to be a potentially good deal, even if it skyrockets higher. This would just be gambling for me, so I would stay away from that one. I'm trading higher after the Morgan Stanley Institute coverage on the stock with an overnight rating and announced a 253 price target. Seriously, FUTU 253 price target. Interesting. That's yeah, there's some big institutions that are influencing the price of the stock. So gosh, so it doesn't seem very tempting to me right now, just because I know that, hey, even if it goes up 30% tomorrow, it might go down 30% the following day, and then that's going to be actually more than 30% down. So yeah, I tend to stay away from these very extremely volatile, out of the blue stocks. And again, this one is way overpriced. So FUTU, $25 billion company. Very interesting. Very interesting. Oh man, and what a crazy day today. Bitcoin ended up hitting all-time high at $50,000 today. Nikola Corporation is doing fine. Okay, so oil is doing fine, so we just discussed that earlier in the stream. Let's go ahead and see what else we can take away from this article real quick. The average per gallon price of the regular gasoline is 2.46, according to the latest week report from United States Energy Information Administration. All right, so $2.46. If you pay below that, you're good. Above that, you're paying above the average. Top oil gas stocks, TRMD. Let's review TRMD. $11% in dividends, probably has no volume. It almost looks like the price of the stock gaps. It does have some volume. Let's look. 180-day chart, definitely on the overbought side. Let's see, probably right here. So we would see about $7.55. That's the next support, major support, 3-year chart. That's so highly manipulative. Okay. I don't like how the RSI indicator is way on the overbought side. MACD indicator, both of them are pointing up, but again, knowing that we've already had a price level at around $8.63, just about less than a year ago, and the price ended up almost making a double top. Just like you said, by the way, I think we talked about not FUTU. Yes, there we go. Yeah, we talked about FUTU. This kind of reminds me of that. So having the spike, and then even if it makes higher highs, it just it seems to be very promising. But then again, it tanks down all the way to the previous lows. So we can definitely see a very strong support right here, which is awesome. Perfect. I love the fact that the company is trading above 180 and the 20-day SMA. So on this, this is nice. This is very good. We definitely would want to follow up on this one. But before buying into this, I would definitely want to see a little bit more consolidation before buying into something that is way on the overbought side. At or below. There we go. But oil stocks are doing very well right now. Very well. If you have some ideas about the oil stocks, go ahead and leave the comment. We'll review those. That'd be super cool. I definitely want to look a little bit more into the oil companies. Eagle Bulk Shopping. Yeah, everything seems to be a little bit more on the overbought side. Oil company, Winter Storm. Yeah, definitely Winter Storm is hitting the United States pretty hard. So we're seeing an increase in price of oil. FLNG. Let's see what FLNG does. 1-year chart, okay, it's looking pretty good. It's been growing pretty steadily over the past 5 years, ever since 2000, well, actually ever since 2020, never mind. Maximum chart starts at 2019. Continues making higher highs. I do like this. Pays 2.26% in dividends. Would it be the best time to buy? I very much doubt that. If we put the price point at where it's trading at right now, majority of the price would be below that, majority of the price trending. So I would be hesitant on buying into this one, way onto overbought side. So let's go ahead and look into the next one. So 5-year chart, way on the overbought. Way on the overbought again. Interesting. Let's see what other articles. VVV. Let's look at this one. All right, so VVV is definitely on the overbought side. Again, trading at the same level that it was trading back in 2017. Definitely took a huge hit back in beginning of 2020. Was able to fully recover after those losses and gain some, which is awesome. So 2% in dividends, definitely on the overbought side. I would stay away from this one. Let's see. 5-year chart, overbought. Let's look at this one, BLL, again on the overbought side. I looked into this one, DOV. Wow, what a beautiful chart. Yeah, I think we've already looked into this one in our previous stream. So Dover Corporation, DOV, currently trading at 121 a share. We have 1.61% in dividends. That's awesome. The only thing is that it's way on the overbought side. So again, I would be hesitant on buying into something like this. All right, on the opposite, on the different note, let's go ahead and talk about some electric aircraft startup. So we have Archer Aviation Corporation plans to build a public merger with a special purpose acquisition company, so SPAC. That deal eventually, so California-based Archer is chasing the electric air mobility market that Morgan Stanley says could be valued at $1.5 trillion by 2040. So Archer is developing electric vehicle takeoff and landing aircraft to serve as environment friendly, sustainable air taxi. So the top range of the aircraft is 60 miles at the top speed of 150 miles per hour, which is awesome. So these technologies that are developing right now are great, and I think these are very cool emerging markets. Valuations are insane, $1.5 trillion. Yeah, that's a very, very large valuation. So we're going to see when this company is going to merge and when we're going to be able to buy this one. But electrical EV segment. Let's see, Berkshire Hathaway. There's not really much information in this article besides that. Let's see what else. We already talked about General Electric. We talked about General Motors. Let's see. We talked about this article as well. Awesome. All right. Well, if you guys have any other questions about any other companies, we can review those as well. But for now, let's continue reviewing a few more and see what we can find. Ecolab. Everything just seems to be on the overbought side. JP Morgan. Let's go ahead and check this one. Nope, we don't need this one. Wells Fargo. We haven't checked out Wells Fargo in a while, so WFC. Let's go ahead and do this one. WFC maximum chart. It's on the reversal right now. It looks pretty good. 1.19% in dividends. Wells Fargo ended up going up by 3.76% during the day, negative 0.11% after market hours. Yeah, let's go ahead and check this one out on a better chart and see where the resistance lines are going to be. WFC. We definitely reviewed this one, but I'm surprised we haven't set up any alerts on this one. So on a 3-year chart, yeah, so it finally broke through the major resistance. It made higher high, which is good. And now we would want to see a little bit more consolidation. That's it. But overall, this is a pretty good setup for the company. So we have 22, almost 23% of the next resistance. We also see a lot of potential for, actually, where's the next support is going to be at 10, almost 11% below the current price, which is perfectly fine. But again, the next major resistance is either going to be at 180 SMA line, so 26, 25% higher, or about 29, so almost 30% higher till the next lows that we had right here. So that would be a next gap right here. So definitely a very good setup for the company. This can be considered a cup and handle formation. I love the fact that the company is trading above above 20 SMA line, but definitely still below 180 SMA line. Let's go ahead and see what it looks like on a 1-year chart. On a 1-year chart, it's looking pretty good too. So we have the reversal of 180 SMA line, as well as the reversal of the 20 SMA. We have positive earnings reports, which is awesome too. And we also have well, earnings reports are not coming out till 2 months from now, so that's good. WFC. Yeah, let's go ahead and set up our alerts. If it continues making higher highs, I would be interested in taking a position on this one at or above. And let's do at or below, create. And at or below. Perfect. And we can see that our MACD indicator is also pointing up, which is very, very good sign. Our RSI indicator is getting closer to the overbought side, but still not at the previous levels where it was before. So that's also good too. PLBY may be a good buy. Let's go ahead and check that one. PLBY. Wow, yeah, so it came down by quite a bit. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and yeah, let's go ahead and draw some of our trend lines on a 3-year chart. Okay, so not to borrow. Yeah, definitely looks to be on the overbought side. I like the idea that it came down so much, but I do think that it still has a lot more room for it to continue to go down till the $12 price range, simply for the reason of the 20-day SMA line. It's way on the overbought side. You can see that the volatility has been spiking up the price of the stock for a while now. Let's look at the time range. So about 30 days from top to top, about 20 days top to top, and it's probably going to get shortened. Yeah, 10 days, and now it's just extremely volatile. Let's see if it had happened to this company before. PLBY, maximum chart. Okay, so, okay, I think gosh, I feel like we've looked into this one before. So the company ended up going public February 21st. Okay, February 8th on 2021. Interesting. Actually, no. PLBY. Did I not look at the right one? PLBY? How come Yahoo Finance doesn't show the entire chart? Interesting. This is the first time I see this. PLBY. Yeah, I'm really curious to see what the previous chart of this stock would look like, but it's only given us about, what, 3 years? No, less than that. Till August 2020. Interesting. But yeah, it seems to be way on the overbought side. Again, I would want it to come down just a little bit and see a little bit less volatility. Way too volatile for a long-term investing. So that would just be my point of view on this one. But yeah, thank you for suggesting this company. This is definitely a brain teaser real quick. CCIV. Yeah, so we looked into a lot of different companies. I definitely would want us to focus our attention during our next stream on some oil stocks. I think oil has a lot to offer, especially right now with some tankers and the companies that offer the storage for the oil. Those might potentially continue to go up in price as long as the oil continues to go up. I definitely want us to find a little bit more cryptocurrency related stocks and see how those are influencing the price of the cryptocurrency, as well as how it's correlated with the cryptocurrency. So Zillow, we haven't looked into Zillow in a while, but I'm not surprised that it's way on the overbought side. Yeah, real estate has been booming recently, so it's doing just fine. Let's go Wayfair. 5-year chart. It seems like it's coming down from its previous high, so that we would monitor this one and see how low it might go. I very much doubt that it's going to continue making higher highs. Especially it's not a holiday season anymore. And I believe we've already looked into all of those besides maybe this one. Yeah, nothing too extreme, too interesting. Let's go ahead and do another 14 minutes of streaming, and let's take a look at some of the companies that we can find, and we'll call it a day for today. Let's go and look at FinWiz. Wow, something ended up going up by 500%. SCKT today. I keep talking about long-term investing, and I keep looking at all of these stocks that ended up going up by 500% every single day. Very controversial. All right. Way on the overbought. Everything is way on the overbought side. Wow, some of these companies end up tanking, absolutely dropping in price significantly. We're definitely going to take a look at one or two of them. But before we go there, I actually want us to check out MFA that we talked about a while ago. Okay, so we're doing just fine on MFA, but we would definitely want it to break through the resistance, so we're definitely following up on that one in the future. We definitely want to follow up on what other side? NYMT. We talked about NYMT earlier, so it's finally starting to break through that resistance that we talked about. So 20-day chart, yeah, finally is starting to break through it. I definitely would want to see a little bit more of an upward support for this company before we buy into it even further. So that's good. Quite a bit of HCMC. It needs something else to watch. HCMC is crazy roller coaster. Yeah, I think I got a notification on my phone saying that HCMC ended up going up like 30% or 25%, I think, yesterday or 2 days ago, and I was laughing in my head about that. HCMC, come on. Oh wow, it ended up going up by 15% today. 5-day. Interesting. So it came down just a little bit ever since our last stream when we talked about it. Interesting. Well, I hope you were able to take advantage of this one. HCMC, it's just so much to handle. Gosh, a bunch of consolidation, definitely on the overbought side. Way too much manipulation. I don't like how MACD indicator is pointing that, hey, it's on the reversal right now. I do like the fact that RSI indicator is showing that it's not on the overbought side. I would not be surprised that people will continue to buy into it, and it's going to continue to go up just because it's not to borrow, so people cannot short this one unless you're in like high institutions. And yeah, that would be, that's still a lot of manipulation. But yeah, HCMC, oh man. All right, which ones did we? Oh, we wanted to follow up on some other ones that we talked about in the previous stream. GoPro. Let's look at GoPro. Okay, so GoPro continues to go down. There's not much to see. ARL still hasn't broken through the resistance that we identified. British Petroleum on the other side ended up breaking above the shoulder, so that second shoulder, and it's currently trading above 180-day SMA line. So it definitely seems to be more promising right now. We would definitely want to confirm the 180-day line as a support before we buy into this position and add on to our position right now. So on the 3-year chart, we definitely see a lot of upward potential till the next major resistance. And I like the fact that both of the indicators, RSI and MACD indicators, are pointing up. RSI is definitely not on the overbought side, so that's good. Yeah, 30% payout. Yeah, HCMC. All right, let's look at cold. Cold is cold ended up going down. I think it triggered some alerts. Yeah, so we identified a major support here at 180-day SMA line, and this support trend line that we identified, and it seems like it ended up dropping just below that price level. So again, we talked about how good this might be for a swing trader, but again, if you're a long-term investor, would it be the best time to buy right now? I definitely want it to be confirmed as a support for 180-day SMA line closer to $37 a share. ANIK, so ended up dipping a little bit below that resistance that we identified, dipping also below 180-day SMA line. Definitely it seems to have a lot more downward pressure on it, so I would want to stay away from this one, especially while I do not see too much potential for the reversal. Even though we have MACD indicator that ended up crossing both of its arms, but again not pointing up again. So we're definitely going to let's see if we already have our alert set up. We don't have any alert set up here on this side, at or above. That's fine. EVRG. Okay, so EVRG is doing fine, so it's breaking through the resistance and it's continuing to uptrend. Again, we're going to wait until it crosses 180-day SMA line and then up from there. So that would be easier to buy into something that continues to go up and makes higher highs. For now, it's just going to face a very strong resistance from this 180-day SMA line. On multiple occasions, even if it broke through it, it didn't confirm it as a support and just continued to go down. So EVRG, very interesting. So let's go ahead and set up our alerts right here. That's good. And I do really like that MACD indicator is pointing up and RSI is not on the overbought. /CL, okay, well, I don't know about that one. JNUG, that's not going to follow up on that one for a while. T-Mobile is coming down for now, so we're definitely going to see how low it's going to go and whether it's going to confirm this 180-day SMA line as a support. Alibaba continues to go up, and I really like this golden cross, as I call it, when the 20-day SMA line crosses 180-day SMA line. So that's a very, very good sign. Yeah, I definitely love the fact that RSI indicator and MACD indicator are both pointing up, so that's very good. Let's see, triple Q continues to go up, and VOO obviously continues to go up. So, okay, awesome. So yeah, we definitely reviewed a lot of different companies today. We were not able to really find any that are on extremely good deal, but again, that is perfectly fine. We followed up on the ones that we've already identified as a good buy. It seems like oil stocks are doing just fine right now. Just EV stocks are doing fine. We definitely see a lot of volatility on pharmaceutical company stocks, and we definitely see a lot of upward pressure on again, like the oil stocks. So yeah, definitely we'll be following up with some other ones in the next couple of days. I appreciate you guys for tuning in today. I appreciate all the comments. Don't forget to smash the like button below, and until next time.